So welcome back to the channel. I've got to do some suspension tweaks today, so I'm going to make a bit of a video about that and tell you how it feels and what difference I can tell, if any. So I went to Park It Racing. These guys are awesome. Very much recommended. They're Olin specialists, and they gave me a base setup for my ZX6R. Now, disclaimer, do not just copy my settings and put them in your bike, because they're bespoke to me. They're bespoke to my weight, my height, my riding style, everything. These numbers on here mean nothing to you. You need to go either Park It or another authorized trained suspension company and get yours done for yourself. If you copy mine, it just won't work, so don't. But these are my base settings here, and what I've noticed is, after I've sort of ridden it for a while and pushed it a bit harder now, is I feel like the bike's not turning in as quick as it should. And I rode BMW S1000RR, you'll have seen on a previous video, and one of the overriding impressions from that bike was just how quick it dropped into corners but still felt stable. Now, I know that's apples to oranges, not the same bike, etc., but there are things that you can do to make your bike turn a bit quicker. So I reached out to Neil at Park It, and he suggested adding 2 full turns of preload on the rear shock and taking out, so whether the 2 full turns of preload on the rear shock will raise the ride height of the bike slightly and allow that to turn in quicker. But he also suggested taking out 2 to 3 turns of rebound damping on the front, and what that will allow to do is it'll allow it to rebound a little bit quicker, so it should, in theory, change direction quicker. So I'm going to do one of those at a time, rear shock first, then the front preload, test them after each one and see what it feels like. And the beauty of this is I can just put it back if I don't like it, so I'm not going to screw anything up, basically. So the only thing that you'll need other than a screwdriver is one of these for the rear shock. I'm not sure whether this is a good brand or not, but I got it off Amazon and I got it quick, so we'll give it a whirl. Again, as I mentioned in my last video, when it comes to doing anything DIY, I am 1 chromosome away from a monkey, and I'm not to be trusted with any form of tools whatsoever. So if you're coming here for a expert suspension setup tip, how to, genius video, you are severely in the wrong place. If you're coming here as a normal everyday Joe who is tweaking their bike to try and make it feel better, and you just wonder how it might feel, then maybe you can stick around and see how it's going to be. So yeah, without further ado, let's crack on.
Some time, but we pointed out that tomorrow isn't here right now, baby. An absent mind came to roam around, captured you in a foggy cloud, baby. Standing on my toes on the edge, I'm ready to go. See it clear when the shadows are lit, I'm ready to go.
This is your rear shock, and this is how you adjust your preload here, for those of you that don't know. To loosen this top nut here, and then this is the one that you turn. And you can see we've got 1, 2, 3 grooves showing at the moment. If I can tap that loose with a screwdriver.
Bumps in the road, many obstacles, but when we fall, we get up and go, baby. The way they think is paradoxical. Captured you in a foggy cloud.
I'll move this, that'll give me a bit more room to move. That's what's causing me a bit of problem at the moment. Just actually getting it in. That's what she said.
Baby, standing on my toes on the edge, I'm ready to go. See it clear when the shadows are lit, I'm ready to go.
moved. Bastard. You can try this at home, kids. There we go. That's it. That just needed loosening off. Perfect. Right, so that's loose now. So I need to mark, this is what tightens it, so I need to mark that with this. Now then, so we can now tighten it clockwise. I did tell you I was like a monkey when it came to DIY. There we go, we're turning. Painful to watch for some of you, I am well aware of that. But again, that's the point of this channel, yeah? I'm sure there's some unwritten bike mechanic rule as to why this is not good, but it's easier than that bloody spanner. Right, so I think we're good. So there's the mark. Screw that, tighten that back up, and we'll go out and give that a ride and try. So let's look now. So now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so that's right. So we've done 2 full turns. We've got 5 rings showing now. There was 3 before. Yeah, perfect. All right, let's go and give that a try and see how that feels. Right, so we've added 2 mil or 2 full turns onto the rear shock ride height here. So we just need to note that in, plus 2 mil. And then if that's not right, then we can tweak it and we know where we've gone from the base settings, basically, so we can always take things back if it's not right. So I'm going to go and try the rear preload adjustment first before I touch the front rebound, just so I can understand myself how that feels through my arse, basically, just to educate myself a little bit. There's no point changing them both at the same time. So let's go out and do that now and see how it feels.
I've got a legitimate reason to get out of the house today, only for a few minutes really, but I've got some essential to pick up. So we added 2 full turns of rear preload onto the suspension. I can't tell you how much that video I had to fast forward and cut out. That took me forever to do. I couldn't get the spanner in properly, it wouldn't undo, so I ended up having to hit it with a hammer. There must be some people watching this right now who's like, what are you doing? It must have been so painful to watch. But anyway, we got it done, which is the main thing. One way or another, the 2 full turns of preload got added on. So I'm just literally bringing this out now for the first time as I go and get some essentials and some petrol, just to see if I can tell any difference, and if so, what difference. It does feel a little bit higher up, so the ride height does feel a little bit higher, and just wobbling around here, it does feel like it's changing direction a bit quicker. So the 2 things that Neil at Park It Racing suggested to do were 2 full turns of preload and then 3 clicks out of front rebound. So obviously I'm not going to do them both at the same time, so I've just done the rear preload. We'll see how that feels, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a part 2 video, because otherwise this video is going to end up being 20-25 minutes long. So I'll do this one focusing on the rear preload, and then the rebound, front rebound, I'll make a part 2 and release that at another point. But actually, it does feel like my complaint was, not criticism, was that it wasn't quite steering quick enough, particularly in faster turns, and I felt like I was having to muscle it around. So I'm going to go and get some petrol and hit some faster turns. And soon tell you what difference it's made if I can get a good run down these bends. Alright. Of course we're all locked down, but we hit 4,000 members of traffic. It's dropping into the bends quicker. Brilliant. Just what we needed. So what I'll do now, I'll ride this a bit more and give it a proper testing. But initial impressions are +2 turns of preload made a positive difference. Next video, I'm going to take off 3 clicks of rebound and see how that feels. See if I can tell much difference. And again, like I said, just give you my initial impressions on it really.